Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about INEFFA, the new 5-star character that just released with the 5.8 patch. We also got a new elemental reaction alongside her release, which is Lunar Charged. I'll be explaining how she works, her talents, artifacts, weapons, constellations, playstyle and team comps, so you can build a very strong sub DPS. Huge shout out to my friend INREP for helping me researching the information for this video. And before we start, I'd like to happily announce that we're on the road to 100 subs. So, if you like my content and want to see more, tell me in the comments down below. Now, enough chit chat, let's start our INEFFA guide. INEFFA uses a polearm and her element is Electro. Her role is sub DPS / support because she's an off-field lunar charged activator. These are the materials to get her to level 90, and here's all the materials that you need for her talents. INEFFA ascends crit rate, so at level 90, she will have a total base crit rate of 24.2%. Let's start with the skill. On activation, her skill deals a single instance of electro damage. It then summons Brigitta, which is the little robot that will deal one instance of electro damage every 2 seconds. Plus, we get a shield, which scales on INEFFA's attack, and it lasts 20 seconds, just like Brigitta. As for her burst, INEFFA deals a single instance of electro damage, resummoning Brigitta. And if Brigitta was already on the field, its own field duration gets reset to 20 seconds. Let's take a look at her passives. Overclocking Circuit. If Brigitta unleashes an attack and there are thunderclouds nearby created by lunar charge reactions, then it will deal another instance of electro damage, equal to 65% of INEFFA's attack. Also, this additional attack is considered as lunar charge damage. Panoramic Permutation Protocol. When INEFFA uses the burst, all the party members get the parameter permutation effect, which increases all the party members' elemental mastery by 6% of INEFFA's attack for 20 seconds. Moonsign Benediction, Assemblage Hub. This passive is basically the conversion from electrocharged reaction to lunar charged reaction. And with every 100 attack that INEFFA has, your lunar charged base damage gets up by 0.7, up to a maximum of 14%. Last but not least, we got Flavor Synthesis Unit. When INEFFA uses food, there's a 30% chance of gaining a seasoning ingredient, which is not very important for combat, but still. As for her artifacts, the best set right now is Gilded Dreams. You can go 4-piece here, or you can decide to go for Thundering Fury, which is pretty decent, since they updated the 4-piece effect for the new elemental reaction. Or, if you really want, you can go 2-piece Gilded Dreams and 2-piece Gladiator for extra attack. Something important to notice is that we'll surely be getting a new artifact set for Lunar Charge soon, so I don't really recommend spending lots of resin on these sets. You can just wait for new ones to come out. For the Sands, I recommend going for attack percentage as well as for the Goblet. As for the Circlet, you can go either crit rate or crit damage, depending on your needs. For the best substats, I recommend going for attack percentage, then crits, then elemental mastery. As for the weapons, of course, as a 5-star, her best in slot is her signature weapon. As for the other 5-star weapons, you can either go for Calamity Queller for more attack, or you can go for Cyno's signature weapon for lots of crit rate. If you're a pay-to-win, you can also go for the Battle Pass weapons, which are pretty good. Both the polearm giving crit rate and a decent passive. If you are free to play, you can go for Missive Windspear, or you can go for the craftable weapon from Inazuma. I wouldn't even recommend going for 3-star weapons, as their base attack is very low, so it's not that worth it. Let's take a look at her constellations. Her C1 gives Carrier Flow Composite effect for 20 seconds when activating a shield, which increases lunar damage by 25% for every 100 attack that INEFFA has, for a maximum of 50% damage. Her C2 is more like an extra attack, which happens when you burst, and one of the opponents that you hit gets the Punishment Edict status, which deals 300% of INEFFA's attack as a lunar charge damage, after a brief delay or when the enemy with the status is defeated. Plus, when you activate the burst, burst, you get the shield too, which works really well with C1. Her C3 levels up her skill level by 3. Her C4 is something really minor, which is the regeneration of 5 energy after party members trigger the lunar charge reaction, and has a cooldown of 4 seconds. C5 increases your burst level by 3. Her C6 works together with C1 because when INEFFA has the career flow composite effect, which you get after activating your shield, she will deal an AoE electro damage equal to 135% of her attack to opponents close to her after nearby thunderclouds hit an opponent, and the damage that is dealt is considered as lunar charge damage. This attack then has a cooldown of 3.5 seconds. Overall, her constellations aren't that needed since she's a sub DPS and a support, and what she does at C0 is just fine. But if you're a whale and you really want to go for constellations, I'd say that C1 is the best one, and the others aren't really that worth it. Since INEFFA is a sub DPS support, she doesn't need to be always on field, which is why a DPS is essential in the team. All you have to do with INEFFA is to skill. While Brigitte deals electro damage, you can go for Hydro application. You can even choose to use any support animal characters to swirl electro for some extra damage. Some final words regarding INEFFA. She's definitely a great support for Lunar Charge, and since there's no doubt that even more characters that use Lunar Charge will come out, you can definitely consider pulling for her, as she could be a best in slot support for upcoming DPSs. For example, like Emily in Burning Teams. Keep in mind that for free-to-plays, future 4 stars can be good supports as well. But is she a must pull? Personally, I don't think it's necessary. But if you like the character and if you will be playing Lunar Charge, I'd say that she's a very good character to have. Also, if you're saving for the future characters and want to skip, you can still get her on her rerun in the future. If you guys liked the video and found this guide useful, please let me know in the comments and tell me if you want to see more. Also, this is my first guide, so I will try my best and improve from guide to guide. So that's all for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.